Bass Reeves, the forgotten Wild West Marshal. When you think of the American Wild West, you might picture legendary marshals like Wyatt Earp or Wild Bill Hickok. But there was a man, a great lawman, who arrested over 3,000 criminals without ever being wounded, and whose story has been overshadowed in history. He was Bass Reeves. Welcome to Stories That Stay, where we uncover the forgotten tales of those who shaped history, yet whose names aren't fully recorded in textbooks. Today, we're going to tell the story of Bass Reeves, the first African-American U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi River, a true legend of the Wild West, believed to be the inspiration for the character of the Lone Ranger. Bass Reeves was born in 1838 in Crawford County, Arkansas, into slavery. He grew up on a plantation owned by William Reeves. Like millions of other African Americans, his life was bound by the brutal system of slavery. When the American Civil War broke out, Bass Reeves escaped slavery and made his way to Indian Territory, now Oklahoma. Here, he lived among Native American tribes such as the Cherokee, Creek, and Seminole. He learned multiple native languages, survival skills, tracking, and how to use firearms. These years honed him into a strong, resourceful man with a deep understanding of the wild lands. After the Civil War ended and the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, Bass Reeves became a free man. He worked as a rancher and a guide for the government. With his extraordinary talent, he quickly became known as someone who knew the land intimately and could track anyone. In 1875, Judge Isaac C. Parker, known as the Hanging Judge, was appointed to bring law and order to Indian Territory, a vast, lawless land rife with criminals. Parker needed tough, fearless men who knew the territory to enforce the law. Bass Reeves, with his reputation, was invited to become a deputy U.S. Marshal. This was an unprecedented position for an African-American man west of the Mississippi River. Bass Reeves not only accepted, but proved himself to be one of the most effective and respected marshals in Western history. He was a tall, imposing man, skilled with a gun in both hands. He was famous for his masterful disguises, often dressing as a tramp, a cowboy, or even a woman to approach and apprehend criminals. He always carried a Colt .45 pistol and a Winchester rifle, but rarely had to use them. His ideal was to capture criminals alive to bring them to justice. In his 32 years as a marshal, Bass Reeves arrested over 3,000 criminals, an astounding number. He was known for his relentless persistence, tracking outlaws for hundreds of miles across all terrains and weather conditions. He never gave up on a case. What was special about Bass Reeves was his impartial justice. He arrested anyone who broke the law, whether they were white Native American or even his own son. Once, his son was accused of murder, and Bass Reeves personally arrested his own son to bring him to court, an act that required extraordinary courage and integrity. He survived countless confrontations, and despite being involved in many gunfights, he was never seriously wounded. He always upheld the law and was a symbol of justice in a chaotic era. After Indian Territory became the state of Oklahoma in 1907, Bass Reeves, at the age of 69, became a city police officer in Muskogee. He continued to serve until his death in 1910. Despite a distinguished career and being one of the greatest marshals in Western history, Bass Reeves' story is not as widely known as those of other white cowboy figures. He is a forgotten figure, a man who proved that courage, integrity, and ability are not limited by skin color. Modern historians believe that Bass Reeves was the primary inspiration for the fictional character of the Lone Ranger, a character famous for always leaving a silver bullet and never killing unless necessary, characteristics very similar to Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves' story is a powerful testament to the strength of will and impartial justice. He rose from slavery to become a symbol of law and order in a chaotic era. Bass Reeves was not just a marshal, he was a true hero, a man who redefined the meaning of justice in the Wild West. And his story is definitely a story that stays, a story that will resonate forever. Do you know of any other quiet heroes of the Wild West that you think deserve to have their stories told? Share their tales in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Stories That Stay so you don't miss other meaningful stories, and share this video if you want Bass Reeves' story to be widely known. Thank you for listening. See you in the next stories.